No, you can talk. So this blue line that you see on my charts is the dotted blue line is my 200 EMA, and that's an exponential moving average. And what that does is it takes the last, depending on what chart I'm on, it takes the last 200 candles and plots an average price for those 200 candles, and that's how it forms this line. So on the 2 minute chart, this is each candle is 2 minutes, last 200 candles. 5 minute chart, last 200 candles. Daily chart right here, last 200 candles. And then the orange line is a 20 EMA, exponential moving average. So it moves a little bit quicker and it stays closer to the actual price because it's not tracking as many candles. So it's going to be a little bit of a faster moving. But these two in working together is basically my system. That's how I know if a stock is bullish on the day or bearish on the day just by looking at those two lines and where the price is. And that gives me, just a better idea of what side of the market I should be on. So right now, this is what I would call a bullish picture because you have the 20 EMA or SMA above the 200 and the price is above both. So this is definitely a bullish stock right now.
Do you ever, like on the screen you're on right there, right? On the very bottom of it is like, what is that, like the yearly? Take the
These
mouse down just a little bit, like a little
or
bit more, keep going down.
this here.
Just so you see the box. No, keep going down, all the way down. On that screen though, like the, the graph on the bottom of it.
Um,
Take your mouse down. Keep keep going down.
I'm all the
Once you,
way.
no, that's what I'm saying. Keep going lower, a little bit lower. That graph, that one right there. Do
This
you
is just
ever look at what's that?
this is just the days of the week.
Okay.
Yeah, so this was Tuesday.
No, 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 the one above it. The one above it.
You're
Go
talking.
back to the original box that you were in, the big box. I'm just talking about the one on the bottom of the big box.
Oh, you're talking
Right
about
beside
right
it.
here. It's that delay.
Yeah. No, no, no. Just keep going. My bad. I'll start
Yeah.
animating.
So this right here, these four boxes on the left are all the same stock. It's just different times.
Exactly. I got you. I figured.
So
Thank you.
2 minute, this thing right here on the bottom of this 2 minute chart is my RSI and stochastic indicators. Those are kind of like strength indicators, so they show just general strength of the stock. And then this box here is the hourly, and this is the daily.
Okay, but it's all about the same stock,
It's
correct?
all the same stock though, yeah.
If you change the stock, will all of those screens change as well?
Yes.
What about the two to the far right?
This one is my extra box that I'm watching my secondary stock, and this is my SPY window. So this only tracks the SPY because this, like a general market gauge. You always want to have SPY or QQQ up on a chart with the chart you're looking at so you can see if they're moving in tandem.
I got you.
So Nvidia is fucking strong right now. So top performers, it looks like almost everything on my list is starting out the day green, and my top performers are Palantir, Nvidia, Tesla, TSM, and Amazon right now. So with that information, those are probably the only stocks I'm going to be looking at this morning, and I'm trying to see which one of those is in the proper state for an entry, or if they're like Nvidia and Palantir, like they are, they're just too extended, so I can't touch these right now. They're too hot. Yeah, that's when I would enter a contract of an option.
There you go.
So what I would like to see, and this is where it kind of gets sucky, is this to pull back to this blue line somewhere in this area. That would be the only place right now that I would consider getting into a position. Or if it continues to go a little bit higher, I could look for the reversal back down to this 20 or 200 because it's definitely going to come back down to it at some point today.
Okay. So you just stay within your 15. You got your what you're looking for.
Hmm.
You don't go the first 5 or 10 minutes. So that's good. You have a lot of discipline.
Yeah, a lot of losing trades. Will- That'll get you to some discipline. See, now this apple looks kind of appealing right now. Let's see where
Buy.
it's at. Yeah, but it's also the lowest one in performance right now. So I'll probably stay away from that. So right now, all I'm doing is just scanning the market, see what looks good. Probably could have caught a little entry here on AMAT. Still in a pretty narrow state. Amazon, same thing as Nvidia, is taking off, so it's too strong. And that's the power of this 20 and 200. If it's away from both of those, then I already know like I can't get in calls. It's too extended.
When you say extended, that means too expensive
No, too far away from my 20 and my 200.
from your discipline area.
Yeah, see now, see how it's starting to overall these stocks are starting to kind of get some bearish candles.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where my antennas go up because I would like to see if we're going to get continuation to the upside or if it's going to come back and
Retest.
retest where it came from this morning right here at the open.
That's just lingo, right?
Yeah.
Goes back to that number because it retested.
Yep. A break and
What do you?
retest is a really common trading pattern in candlesticks. Very, very common. So that's something you're going to hear a lot.
Break and restick.
Break and
Retest.
retest. Yeah. So it's like breaking a price point and then going back and retesting that price point.
Okay. Where did you learn that lingo?
And there's time in the chair.
I know I hear that, but did you hear a podcast or someone else talking? Or is it just
This is yeah, it's just general trader lingo. So you it's just
right?
something everybody says.
Bear and bullish, all that good stuff.
Yeah. Yep. Because you can have a bullish break and retest or a bearish break and retest.
Yeah.
Meta. Yeah, market's actually pretty strong today. Seen the video is not giving us no entry. SPY
Yeah.
either.
When I guess when two is the inauguration. Is that the sixth?
Well, it's kind of like this is the last day of the Santa Claus rally per se.
Mm-hmm.
Um, see, this is exactly what I was talking about. You see this Uber, how it broke this level and that then gave it all back, retesting. But it's up from yesterday's close, hence my yellow box right here. So if I was interested in anything, Uber looks the best right now for calls, but I don't like how large that sale candle is. It's kind of hit or miss. So
So that's a bear candle, correct? Usually does
yes,
that stuff candle.
yes, that's a bear candle. And this is interesting. So we got a Duke out here of price because we had a huge elephant candle to start the day. Bullish elephant candle right here. and then it immediately gave it all back up. So that is kind of interesting. I don't know if it's
Why?
because it's not, you just don't know if this is profit taking or if sellers have now really stepped in and they're about to push the price lower. And that's why it's so important to have this 200 and this 20 on the chart, because anything below the 200 is considered like overall bearish. Anything above, bullish. So if it gives up this 200, because that could be a clear sign that the sellers have stepped in and they're about to take the price down a little bit.
So what do we want to do with that information? Buy or sell or not fuck with it?
It could be all of those. So if it holds like it is right now, then I would be looking to buy calls for the price to go back up to where it came from, 64. And that
And
would
then
be my
cash out.
trade.
That would be what?
That would be my trade.
And then once you got to that number, you cash out.
Yep.
It automatically do it for you.
Yep. Take P. Take P. I mean, I gotta put in the order.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then once the order fields, you be taking profit.
Take and pay.
Um where's Uber at?
And it's that easy, dog. That quick.
Oh yeah. I mean, look at how long the market has been open, 15 minutes, and if you got in calls right off of the bell on the video, you'd be up like 30, 40%, 50% right now. 15 minutes done.
But how much money are we talking? Like you said, get in Nvidia.
It
Like what's that?
depends. So, for instance, I'll show you the options chain here. Um, this contract expires. See how it says zero right here? That zero means that there is 0 days left on these contracts, aka they expire today at 3 o'clock. Same thing for here. So 7 days left, 14, 21, 28. So if I was to do a day trade, and since it's Friday, I know better than to really get involved with these 0 day contracts, because these are the ones that if you're wrong, you will get toasted because there's no time left for the price to come back. So if I got in a 145 call and the price doesn't get anywhere close to 145, this $33 investment is going to turn to zero.
$33. That's the number I'm looking for.
Nah,
Or
yeah, it's
buying the
right here.
call.
Your bid and your ask prices on your contracts are what you're paying for those contracts. So right now, it says 0.61, but you got to remember all these are multiplied by 100, because every one contract of an option is worth 100 shares. So you automatically just take the decimal out, and that's what you're actually paying for it, essentially. So
Per option.
yeah, so one contract's going to cost me $70 right now of the 144s. Um,
Okay, so that's not scary.
nah, not at all. And that's the benefit of options. And just because you put up that $64 doesn't mean that if it's a losing trade, you lose all 64, because you can easily close it for a $5 or $10 loss.
Yeah, like $40, $50, whatever. Here,
Yeah, like
here. Okay, so
I
I
mean,
hear, and this is where we need to be. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not necessarily five. I call these $5 trades
mhm.
because because you compare them to 1,000, 10,000. You know what I mean? Big stupid money numbers.
Yeah,
But but this that right here, bro, makes it so easy to think. Because when I hear your options and contracts and all that shit, I'm like, man, those are big numbers in my head.
they definitely
Especially
can
your
be.
money or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So good on you, my guy. Good on you.
They definitely can be, because peep, like if I wanted to get these 141 calls, this is a safer bet because the current price is at 142.50. So the reason this was more expensive is because it's already in the money. the price is already above this strike price.
Mm.
So you're buying security in this option.
Yeah, you're buying a profitable business.
Yeah, you're buying what they call intrinsic value. It already has value to it as you're buying it. These
Equity.
these the 143, 144, 145s, those don't have the intrinsic value because they're not in the money. So this is now if they become in the money, the payout for these is going to be a lot higher than it will for these because that's the risk and the reward in these out of the money contracts.
Yeah.
So, and you're talking about expensive. If I got one of these contracts, it's going to cost me $198 per contract.
Mm.
If I got 20 at 194, you can do the math, but it'll show you here. It's going to cost me $3,920.
So it can get expensive.
That's how it gets expensive. It's the number of contracts that you want to buy.
Mm-hmm. But if you buy an equity one or an intrinsic value one, how much? What are those? Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah, that
Or
was
is that
that.
like?
That's what this is. This one is intrinsic. You're buying this one with intrinsic value because it's the 141 calls, and the current price of Nvidia is 143. So the chances of this one closing in the money are a lot higher.
So if this one hits that $3,000 investment, what are you making on top of it?
It depends on where the price goes from where you purchase the contracts.
Mm-hmm.
So if the price was to here, I'll use this chart since we're if the price is currently here 140 143.29 and it closes, you enter a call and it closes right here at the end of the day
What number is that right here?
at once where it's at
Oh, where it
143.35
stays.
or
Where it stays.
yeah, if it
Yeah.
stays here, so even if it goes all the way up $2, goes down $4 and it closes at this number, then you're not going to make any money on that.
Okay.
So it has to move.
One way or the other. If it goes down, you lost
Yep.
on that contract. If it goes up, you made.
Then you're a winner. And that's the unpredictability of the market because nobody knows if it's going to go up or down or stay sideways.
So please.
Right. And
So
that's not it. And here's the thing, this is why the market is so great. So there's about 20 different ways that you can make money on stocks. Different
yeah.
ways. I'm only utilizing like 3. So you have long-term equity, so you're buying shares of a stock and just holding them and letting them grow in value over time. And then you have several different kinds of options that you can do with the option market on that particular company.
Yeah.
So calls and puts are like the basic of basic when it comes to options. It's like the baseline. Then you have covered calls. You got like straddles to where
Hold
you're
on. The first
buying.
one. The first one you said calls and puts.
Yeah, say it again.
I'm sorry, because you cut out, and I might be me. But you said the first one was calls and puts,
Mm-hmm.
right? The basic one, right? Calls and puts.
Calls and puts.
Okay. And then the second one, next one,
Then there's like covered calls.
covered calls. So yeah.
Covered calls are where you're putting up your shares that you own
Okay.
for the trade.
So you
So
can do what I was talking about.
say it again.
That's kind of what I was talking about a second ago.
Yes. So covered
Okay.
calls and how that would affect you if you're in a covered call and let's say you have to own at least 100 shares to be in a covered call because if you get called on that option, you're going to have to give up your shares.
Because it's 100 shares on the option. Okay.
Exactly.
Right, what you said earlier. I got you, dog. Got you. I'm
Mhm.
putting it together. I appreciate
Mm-hmm.
All right, calls and puts, covered calls. What else?
And that's really all you need to focus on is calls and puts,
Okay,
because
so right
everything
there,
else
I got
gets
calls and puts.
it gets way too intricate. There's a lot more steps, and you're buying multiple legs, multiple strike price of a company. Um, you're buying calls and puts at the same time. So there's a lot of different shit you can do.
So you're just doing calls and puts.
Calls and puts. That's really it. Because when it comes to day trading, that's literally all you're doing. You're just trying to get on the right side of the trend. So if the price is going up, you want to be in calls. If it's going down, you want to be in puts.
Are people making fun of us or talking shit or calling us dumb money for being the calls and puts?
No, 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 no. Dumb money is really reserved for people who are putting their real money up and have no idea what they're doing.
I got you.
We love dumb money because they I mean, just realize, every contract you buy, there's somebody on the other end. So if you win, they lose.
Yeah. Is
So,
that shitty?
huh?
Is that shitty?
Hell yeah. But everybody's going to be a loser in the market one day. See, now look at Uber. See, Uber held that 200. This is, and I'm going to go ahead and take a trade on this.
Where's
This
your
will,
mouse?
huh?
Where's your mouse?
Bottom right screen. So
There.
because I'm
Okay.
going to take this Uber trade, I'm going to switch Uber to my four screen setup.
Good.
Because I use, technically I'm late because I should have got in right here. So I'm a little late. But fuck it, we're just gonna let it go. Do a paper trade on it. It's not a big deal.
Yeah,
So
buy or sell.
I'm gonna buy because I'm wanting to be in this play and I want to take profits at the top here, high a day. So that's what I'm risking is the low of day, which is why I said I'm late because now my stop loss is a little too wide. But this is where I would cut my. Here, let me get in this trade before I explain it.
Dude.
So I'm looking at
I'll
the
watch.
64 calls, and just so you know which ones I'm looking at, and I'm gonna get in. It's not this week's. I'm in next week. The 64 calls right here at 115. I'm gonna put in a bid to get 5 contracts at 115, and let's see if I get filled. And I just got filled.
How do you know
So
you got filled?
I got 5 contracts.
How do you know? I don't see the screen.
Oh, it won't show it on here
Huh?
because I got filled on I got filled on my phone, so it'll show my position. But okay, this is why I won't show it on the monitor tab. So if you go to monitor, it'll show my open trades. Right now, the only open trade I have is Walmart, which is 100% loss because it took a dump on me right after I got in it. Uh, so this expires today, so this is a losing trade. This is exactly what I was talking about. But it's not that
You just
much.
lost all that money, but not more than what you put in.
Yeah, it's exactly what I put in. I lost 140 bucks. So because I took that on a paper trade, it's not going to show on this account. It's on my other account. But it's the exact same option as this one. Boom, boom, boom. So if I had placed that trade on my live account right here, then it would show on this monitor tab right underneath this Walmart.
Okay, so you made a trade from your phone, but still with Charles Schwab. I mean,
Yeah,
Charles
yeah,
Schwab
yeah.
market.
Yeah, it's still Schwab. And that's what I like about Schwab is they give you $100,000 to really it's 200,000. You get $200,000 of like play money, so you can practice trades without it actually affecting your real money. And right now we are currently up 2% on this trade, and that's probably gonna go down because we're giving up some. but we're slightly green on this Uber trade.
On the five contracts you just bought.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't, if you want to press mute on your microphone, how much did that? How much did you just spend on those five contracts?
Oh no, I don't have to mute. 115 times 5.
500
So it's like
or
550.
580,
Yeah. Yep.
and that's just from your own profit money, though, correct?
Yeah, it's just out the account. It's out of what I have available in the account. Apple's weak. AMAT. Uh, AMAT's pretty strong today too. It's a good picture. Amazon. Amazon's holding. AVGO. AVGO is in a good spot right now. This is exactly what I look for. So it's the same thing as the Uber, remember? So came out strong, came out the gate strong, came back, and now it's retesting this 20 and possibly this 200 EMA. So if it holds here, same thing as the Uber, I'd be looking to get in calls for it to go back to high day or higher.
How much can you make on that $500 trade from a minute ago?
Depends on how long I hold it and what price point it goes to. If it gets back to high day, that's easily gonna be like a 20 or 30% trade.
So $100 or something like that is an ideal day.
That's per contract. So
Yeah.
if
So
it's
extra
a
500.
if it's $100 profit per contract, then yeah, it'd be up 500.
So you make $1,000.
Make it
I mean, I get it.
I make five.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the big number would be $1,000, but obviously you put 500 of it in.
Yeah, yeah. So it's just on top of what your investment is.
Yeah.
Is your P your profit?
Yeah.
Um, let's see here. But since I have five, if I got to, especially on a Friday, I'll probably trim two of these if I get to like 15% around there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll trim two and then I'll have three contracts remaining. Try to get to like 25, 30%, trim another one or two, and then hold that last one to see if it's going to go like, crazy.
Okay. So that's it. Get in it real quick. Watch it
Literally
real
it,
quick.
bro.
But you mark your day. You have your discipline.
hmm
So yeah, let's see. Mark your.
So I'm going to put this alert because now I can go make my coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing anything until this
What's
plays out.
what's that
So
alert for?
this will tell me, and I'll show you here on the screen. If the price gets above the 64.14, it's gonna go off, and I'll hear a big ding. If it goes below it, down here at 63.81, same thing. So it just lets me know. So if I'm not like looking at it, I'll get an alert on the screen. It's because if it drops down to this 63.81 alert, I'll be looking to probably cut it.
Cut it off. So let's get the hell out.
Yeah. So I don't have to
But it,
endure.
it's you don't have to let. Sorry.
I don't have to endure like a big loss.
Yeah, I hear you. And you just it is just alerting, right? It won't do it for you, but you can set it to where it will do it for you.
Yeah, you can't have stop losses set, and I don't do stop losses set because the market will hunt them,
It'll
and
do what?
it'll hunt your stops.
Okay. Okay.
So if I had put my stop loss right here, so if it got to this point, it's automatically going to close my trade. market makers can see that order.
I got you. They'll push it.
So they'll dump it, go fill your order, and then take the price back up to where it was.
Yeah.
It's just a liquidity grab.
The people in New York doing that shit or what?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Computers or the market makers, which is the people in New
Cut.
York. Yeah.
So no stop losses.
I mean, I have stop losses, but I'm a little bit more seasoned, so I have the discipline to actually get out of my trade. A lot of people will use stop losses because they don't have the discipline to, like, if it hits that number, they'll actually close it. A lot of people freeze, or they're like, okay, this is me. I'm talking from experience. Like, okay, it hit my stop loss number, but let me give it a minute to see if it's gonna come back. And sometimes it does, and a lot of times it doesn't.
Yeah.
So on my
So you like
daily,
you said, you set your alert and then go make your coffee. Is that
mm-hmm,
you're saying?
sit back and just sip coffee.
All right. I'm gonna. I took some notes. Obviously they're out of order because I was listening at first.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna just throw out my bullets to you. Is there an SMA or just only an EMA?
There is an SMA. You can use either one.
And explain them or break them down. SMA is
SMA is a simple moving average, and the EMA is a exponential moving average.
spell exponential.
You want me to for real?
Nah, I got it. But you know when someone tries to say a big word, you're like, oh,
Right.
exponential.
Look it up, motherfucker.
I got
uh.
so I have here's what I have calls and puts,
Mhm.
break and retest,
Mhm.
EMA, SMA, exponential simple, mark your day, discipline, alerts. I put no stop losses, like that was my note for myself,
Mhm.
because the market will hunt for your stop losses.
Yeah.
Covered calls, putting up your own share.
Mhm.
You know, at least you have to at least 100 shares.
Right.
Anything you want to add to it, or anything, any nuggets? Because I'm gonna give it back to you, so that way you can make your own.
Mm.
You know,
Now you got. I mean, you got the basics down. That's kind of where you want to start and grasp that.
yeah,
Get used to seeing candles move in correlation to the 20 and 200. Get a feel for which stocks like have like the biggest average true range, which is basically just the average price movement on a stock per day. And what I mean by that is Tesla and Meta may have an average true range of like $10 to $14 a day. Oh, there goes my Uber alert. So you heard that?
yeah. As I say, was that bear or bull?
That's bull. Cause look at the stock right now. It broke through that topping alert that I have. So
Yeah.
that was a good trade. And right now we're up. Excuse me. We're up 13%. So I'm gonna put in an order to close two of these five contracts at the price of 130 1.37,
And we got in at
and we got in at
115.
1.15. Yeah. So it's not a whole lot. But right now I'm currently up $100 on all five contracts, or was 100. It's at 75 now. But if we get that close, that 1.37, that'll probably have me around like 16, 17%.
Yeah.
So I'll take profits on two contracts at 16, 17%. And then
So
I,
then hopefully the other three here, if not worst case scenario, if they lose, you may just take stop at that, so you don't lose all of it, right?
exactly. So my responsibility is to not let this trade go red. So I want to take profits and start trimming so I can reduce my risk, but I do want to let it run a little bit to see if it's going to go a little bit higher, you know. And if it gets weak, now this alert that I have right here on the bottom, this 6381, this is what I'm going to do with that. I'm going to slide that up right to the bottom of that breakout candle, and now that's my stop loss. And that
You ever
stop
had a stop
loss,
loss or just an alert?
it's just an alert, but I know that that alert is my stop loss. So if it gets down to 63.93, I'll close the trade, but it'll still be green. So as long as I'm disciplined enough to close the trade, if it gets to this point, then I will guarantee a green trade. Um, yeah, I would like to get some trim though, this before it tries to give it up.
Yeah, I'm about to say, don't let me stop you, dog.
No, no, no. I already got the order in,
All right.
so
Yeah,
I'm
I'm just
good.
saying, always for future reference.
Here we go. We might get it right here. Just need a little bit of continuation. And while that order's set, I can let that work, do its thing. I ain't tripping. Just continue to look at what else is going on in the market. Uber's responding. Oh, that's the one I'm in. I'm tripping. IWM.
Is Lay's doing the same trades right now, you think? I mean, doing the same thing? Or
Late. He's probably not even trading, honestly. Apple. See that?
the higher variable?
Bull. So it ticked my what's it called. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cancel those orders that I had to sell, and now I gotta be ready to trim the whole thing. Cause I'm right back to where I was now at 3%.
Yeah, where you started.
Yeah. Just gotta let it work.
I get you. I get it.
Amazon's in a good state right now. This would be another one to watch. Well, this is kind of what I was referring to yesterday. Where like Friday markets are kind of weak.
Yeah.
They do a lot of this like pump and dump shit. So they'll come out strong, and then towards the end of the day, people stop working, done for the week. You'll see volume start to drop off, and prices may just grind lower just because there's nobody buying. Last day of the Santa Claus rally, so we may we
Did we
may
miss the boat on the Santa Claus rally, or did you do good?
man, it really didn't have one.
No.
Nah, it was market's been kind of weak. Meta, what's Meta doing? Meta's weak too.
Yeah, and that's why I was just wondering if the presidential had some, you know what I mean, wants to play in there.
No, not really. Yeah, I'm gonna set this. I'm gonna reset this alert right here for the low of that candle. See if we can get some continuation, man. And I mean, it kind of makes sense. We topped right where we rejected from this morning. Now declining, but we're holding this structure right here of 60, 63, 64 ish. So what I'm looking for, I want to see this green candle or the next couple green candles take out this high right here. That'll confirm continuation. So I can do the same thing I just did and set an alert above that. Bam, rock out. I like this meta right here though. I might get in a meta play too. Yeah, I'm gonna get in Meta. I'm gonna take a chance on this Meta right here. Uber breaking back out to the upside. So next week contracts, these Meta 60. I'm gonna give this a minute. It might not be done. I'm probably gonna get the 600s. So here's the difference and why I love Meta and Tesla and stuff. These contracts on Meta, 600 contracts are $1,000 a piece. So that's when it can get nasty. You know, you get five of those, 20% is now $1,200.
Say that again. Though. What was the first number? 6,000.
They're 1,000 a piece. The strike price of 600. Those 600 calls are $1,000 right now. And yeah, a piece. And I'm about to get three of them.
You're gonna spend $3,000 right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously, it's from your profit, though, correct?
This is yeah. I mean, this is just money in the account that I have to use.
I mean, this is real money, though, is what I'm saying, and not
No, 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 no. I'm only paper trading today. I'm only paper trading today.
what's paper trading.
That's the fake money.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we're just playing around with fake money right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, I
I'm
got you.
not I'm not trading
That's
with
what
real money today
that's what
because
you got the discipline that you're still applying the same discipline, though. That's what I like to
oh
see.
yeah, yeah, because it translates just like in sports. And because of what's going on, if I don't like what Uber's doing, so I'm gonna take profit on it. Small 5%. I don't like where it's at. I don't like what it's doing.
So the phone is your fake account, the paper trade, or can you access your paper trade account from your computer as well?
Yeah, I can access it from the computer.
But you're in
My
your real account right now, correct?
Yeah, I have my iPad is up. And that's got all my paper trade accounts in it. Um, and see, I already took profit on Uber, so I'm not tripping that it just clicked my alert there.
Yeah.
Um, so I got my paper trades on my iPad, and then I flip back and forth from my real account to my paper account on my phone, and then I just have my live charts on the computer.
I got you.
All right, Nvidia. Nvidia is by far the strongest today. Let's see what it's doing. It's the strongest name on my list today.
Will you make any real trades? Like real money?
Today?
Yeah. Well,
Mm,
obviously not today, right? Because it's Friday.
yeah, probably not. I don't really like anything to where I'm like, okay, I can put some money on this for sure.
Yeah. You said 12 grand?
Yeah,
That's cool.
but that was before I got into some leaps. I'm in like eight different leap plays right now on my paper account, just practicing some shit. I'm learning.
Yeah.
So that I've made 1,300 today on that account.
On that leap, on those leap plays?
Yeah. Where's Meta? Meta. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Nvidia is possible that Nvidia could continue here, but I would like to see it come back and test this 200. If Nvidia drops back to this 200, that would be a trade that I would take on my real account.
Yeah. You make that play for it.
Let's see what
So
Meta's
basically, you
on.
just get to practice your theory with the paper account.
Mm-hmm.
And you get good enough,
Practice,
consistent enough.
practice, practice.
Yeah.
Mhm. But I'm looking at Spy over here. Spy's kind of like chopping around. It's not really. It's not really. It's still bullish, but It's just kind of weak right now. So most of the names on my list, that list that I showed you, are reflected by the spy because they're all in the spy, most of them. So if spy's not doing well, I don't expect any of my names on my list to be like going up. But right here, Nvidia, man, this is tough. This is tough. I think Nvidia is gonna come down right here. I might get in a short. Let's try one. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. If anything, I would do that on like Apple or AVGO. Nvidia is just too strong today, so I don't want to go against the grain. But like AVGO, same thing. My entry on AVGO was really here, right here, or here, the break of the 200. Now I'm too late, so I'd have to wait for it to come back up and retest this 200. Yeah, millions of people.
Right?
Yeah, AMAT's not in a bad position either. Damn, I didn't get filled. See, and that's what happens. So, Uber's bouncing.
What do you mean not feel? So they didn't take your option?
Yeah, the price that I wanted to pay for my contracts, it had already moved away from that price. So now those contracts that I was trying to get for 1.79 are currently 1.85. So my order won't get filled unless it drops back down a little bit and fills at that 179. We might get it here though. Maybe. Oh, here it is, Prime. Okay. Um I'm gonna cancel this Uber and I'm gonna switch tracks and go to this Amazon and I'm gonna do an Amazon live trade because I love this position that Amazon is in.
Okay.
Come on, man. Come on. Fuck. And this is what I don't like. Actually, I can do this. I'll do this one on here so you can see it. Uh, and I'm gonna try to negotiate this price a little bit. So I'm looking at the 222s options chain. I'm gonna go next week so I can buy myself some time. The 222.5s are 340. Damn, they're fucking expensive. So I'm gonna put in an order to try to get one of these at 330. See if that fills. Okay, I just got filled. You see it?
Good. That quick.
That quick. So I am currently in this Amazon. And here's why I love these positions. If Amazon gets weak, here's my stop loss. It's already been printed right here. So I'm not fucking around with this at all. If it gets to that part that I just marked, um, then I stop out. Here's my take profit is probably right around here, right there, 223.94.
All right, Doc. Well, I gotta hop off. I gotta be dad now. What's up?
Do your thing, brother. Yeah, I need to start getting
Brother,
ready anyway.
I'm gonna holler as soon as I get my schwa.
Do it, man. Let me know. Hit me up if you need me for
I
sure.
appreciate the time.
Yeah, no
Have a good day.
problem, bro. I'll hit you later. All right. All right. And I will update this trade at the end. See how it works out.